Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new. Thanks for taking time out of your day to check the video out. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover today. We're talking about the PlayStation 5 achieving a new milestone. We're talking about a rumor regarding a God of War Trilogy. We're talking about potentially a new PlayStation studio and project that has accidentally been revealed. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about Insomniac games and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So do me a favor before we get into these topics. If you end up enjoying the video or finding it informative, be sure to leave it a like. And if you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button as well. Now we're starting here with something that I'm a little bit late to. This was announced on December 20th. Sony has officially sold through to customers 50 million PlayStation units, PlayStation 5 units that is. They say here in an official press release, Sony Interactive Entertainment today announced the PlayStation 5 console has surpassed 50 million units sold through to customers, 3 years since its November 2020 launch. Jim Ryan, PlayStation's CEO, who is going to be retiring in just a couple of months, had this to say, quote, "Achieving this PS5 sales milestone is a testament to the unwavering support of the global PlayStation community and their passion for the incredible experiences created by the talented developers from PlayStation Studios and our partners. We're grateful for all of our players who have joined the PS5 journey so far, and we're thrilled that this is the first holiday season since launch that we have a full supply of PS5 consoles, so anyone who wants to get one can get one," end quote. So that's what Jim Ryan had to say, and yeah, it's a pretty massive milestone here for the PS5, and something that we learned with this is that apparently PS5 sales are tracking just 1 week behind the PlayStation 4 when it's time aligned. So it seems like if it hasn't already, it's going to surpass the PlayStation 4 in terms of how rapidly people are picking up this console, and that's pretty significant when you consider just how successful the PlayStation 4 was. It's one of the best-selling home consoles of all time, so the potential for the PlayStation 5 is clearly, very high here. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. We're going to be moving on to the next topic here. Oh, and by the way, before we get to the next topic, let me know. Yesterday was Christmas. Let me know if you woke up to a PlayStation 5 or if you gifted somebody a PlayStation 5. But the next topic here talks about a rumor regarding the original God of War Trilogy reportedly getting a PlayStation 5 remaster. This is being reported by PlayStation Lifestyle. An insider has claimed that Sony's remastering the original God of War Trilogy for the PS5. The first 2 games in the series have previously been remastered for the PS3 and were also available on the PlayStation Vita. God of War 3, which originally released on the PS3, has also been remastered for the PS4 and is currently playable on PS5 via backwards compatibility. This rumor, which has been circulating all weekend, came from Special Nick Baker, who doesn't exactly have an impeccable track record when it comes to leaks. However, Baker has previously shared inside information pertaining to Sony that was corroborated by reliable sources and did turn out to be true. In an Xbox Era podcast with fellow insider and journalist Jeff Grubb, Baker claimed to have heard that the first 3 games of the God of War series will eventually land on PS5, but he couldn't confirm whether they will be straight ports of the PS3 remasters or not. Now, based off of the way that this is being reported across the internet, it seems that many people are assuming, if this is to be believed, that these will be remasters of some kind. Like maybe we're going to get a pretty simple remaster of God of War 1 through 3 in a complete package for the PS5. It definitely sounds like something Sony would do, and I do think that fans would be pretty happy with something like that. I know that some people feel that Sony's just going way too hard with remakes and remasters, and I get that feeling occasionally too, but this is something that I think a lot of God of War fans would actually not be opposed to. It's something that seems to have generated a little bit of excitement, but I do want to encourage everybody to take this with a grain of salt. We have no idea if this is going to turn out to be true, but there you go. Moving on to the next topic, it seems that Sony has, I don't want to say for sure created a new PlayStation studio, but they picked up a veteran developer that is confirmed to be working on an unannounced project, and that developer is Jason Blundell. For those who are not aware, he is responsible for the success of the Zombies mode in the Call of Duty franchise, and him and another developer decided to make their own studio called Deviation Games. But within a year of them putting that studio together and announcing a PlayStation partnership, Jason Blundell left, and we don't know why. Well, actually, maybe we do, because not too long after that, actually May of this year, we learned that the project they were working on was seemingly canceled as 90 development staff were laid off, and it just seemed like the studio wasn't able to really get off the ground. But what's very interesting is people have discovered that PlayStation Studios has seemingly picked up Jason Blundell, and this was discovered by another developer who goes by JC Backfire. He is a popular streamer and a game designer, and he gave a job update on X or Twitter, and he said that he's now working as a junior game designer at PlayStation Studios, and he added that he's working for Jason Blundell. Now, if we head over to Zubitech on Twitter, he seems to have discovered that Jason Blundell's project, through job listings here, it says leading the design for an unannounced project. So yeah, this is something that has kind of went under the radar, and something that's definitely worth talking about here, because Jason Blundell is a very talented developer, somebody that no doubt is in high demand across the industry. He is a veteran. He knows what he's doing. Again, he's responsible for one of the most successful video game franchises, or at least a really huge part of it, that being zombies. And so you have to wonder what he may be doing at PlayStation Studios. A lot of people are speculating that maybe Sony has actually created a new studio and gave him the funding and allowed him to kind of recruit people. Zubitech also points out that Jason Blundell seemed to have taken a lot of development talent from Deviation Games to work on whatever this unannounced project is. So yeah, wanted to be sure to give you guys this update because it is pretty significant, and it's hard to say when we'll officially hear anything about this. Whatever it is they're doing, it's clearly very, very early, so it could be a while before we actually hear anything official, but definitely something, again, that went under the radar that we should probably be aware of. But moving on to the next topic, we have an update on what was apparently a multiplayer Spider-Man game that was in development. Apparently, it's been canceled. Being reported by PlayStation Lifestyle once again, a new report claims that the recently leaked Insomniac game's Spider-Man multiplayer project was indeed canceled. Among the files stolen in the recent ransomware attack on the studio was an entire presentation on the game pitched as, quote, GTA Online meets Spider-Man, end quote. It appears that the game was among a number of Sony's live service projects that were ultimately shelved alongside The Last of Us multiplayer. There was speculation of Insomniac's multiplayer project being canceled when hackers discovered a project roadmap that didn't mention the game anywhere, but now journalist Jason Schreier has confirmed that it is true. In a recent published report on Bloomberg, Schreier claims to have spoken to people familiar with Insomniac's plans who told him that the Spider-Man game was, quote, actually canceled a long time ago, end quote. Schreier did not reveal any further details. And so, yeah, I figured I would just kind of follow up on this because we did talk about this, how there was apparently some kind of big multiplayer Spider-Man game, and that was kind of the headline or the tagline that was floating around: GTA Online meets Spider-Man. There was like concept art and stuff like that, and the only thing that we didn't know is like, what was this thing still coming or was it canceled? And now Jason Schreier has confirmed, I assume he spoke with like some Insomniac developers anonymously, that this project was apparently canceled a long time ago. So yeah, you know, I mean, again, just kind of looking at this, looking at Sony's plans for live service multiplayer games and seeing what happened with The Last of Us multiplayer. Now we're getting this new information about an online Spider-Man game. You really have to wonder what the future holds for Sony's live service multiplayer ambitions. But we are going to move to the final topic here, which is some new information on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth being reported by WCCF Tech. It says, speaking with Game Informer, director Naoki Hamaguchi commented on the game's length, confirming that it will take around 40 hours to complete just the main storyline. Those looking to experience the game's side content, which makes up about 80% of the exploration-based content, will require around 100 hours to fully complete the game, making for a much bigger game than Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The Final Fantasy VII Rebirth director also touched upon the game's open world, saying that while the different regions are labeled as separate areas on the map, players will be able to travel between them seamlessly. In the open world, players will have plenty of things to do, including exploring some brand new towns, such as Crow's Nest, where players will be able to partake in side adventures. So, yeah, just wanted to give you guys this information. We're getting confirmation from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's director that the main story is 40 hours. If you want to do everything in the game, it's going to take you around 100 total hours, which is a lot of time. So it sounds like there is an absolutely massive amount of content packed into this game, which honestly isn't surprising. It seems pretty clear that this game is going to be huge. So there you go. Let me know if you plan to 100% Final Fantasy VII Rebirth when it comes out. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. If you did, again, be sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.